Do not move. Stay exactly where you are. You just let out a sigh, that heavy, bone-deep exhale that carries the weight of a decade of unanswered prayers. You were just about to look away, to return to the numbness of the scroll. Or perhaps you were staring at the ceiling, wondering how much longer you can be the strong one before you finally break. I am the ancient architect of time, and I have bypassed every wall of your logic to reach you in this precise moment. This is a divine emergency. You must listen to the resonance of my voice for the next few minutes, for the window of your reclamation is closing, and the enemy has fought desperately to keep your eyes from meeting this decree. You have been the pillar for so many. I have seen you standing in the gap for your family, feeding mouths while your own stomach knotted with anxiety, hiding your empty bank account behind a smile of resilience. You are exhausted, not the kind of exhaustion that sleep can fix, but a wearying of the soul. You have been the one they all lean on, but when the lights go out, you are the one left shivering in the cold silence of, how will I make it? I have seen the salt of your tears in the dark. I have felt the heat of your frustration when you watched people with half your heart and none of your integrity walk into the very rooms you were locked out of. You thought it was bad luck. You thought you were cursed. But look closer. Feel the air around you turn cold when you think of your future. That is not bad luck. That is the thief of potential. That is the generational silence. That ancient, suffocating spirit that kept your father's pockets empty and your mother's dreams buried in the backyard. It is the shadow that has been trying to convince you that just enough is a blessing, while it siphons off the harvest that belongs to your bloodline. It has been using the people at your own table, the ones who watched you struggle and felt a secret, comfortable relief that you remained beneath them to keep you in a cage of stagnation. But today, the architect has arrived with the lion's golden key. Hear the sound of the metal turning. I am standing at the threshold of the first light, in the vast, misty marble halls where the physical world ends and your true inheritance begins. The light here is an ethereal gold. It is the color of the sun at 3 a.m., the hour when the veil is thinnest. I am holding the ledger of your life, and I see the massive deficit where your joy, your money, and your peace were stolen. The thief thought he was winning by delaying you. He thought by making you wait years for a single breakthrough, he would break your spirit. He was wrong. This is the secret that will make your enemies tremble. In the kingdom of time, there is no such thing as lost. There is only invested. You thought the delay was a denial, but I tell you, it was a celestial investment. Every year that was stolen from you has been accumulating compound interest in the treasuries of the divine. Every tear you shed in secret while you were helping others succeed was a seed planted in the highest heavens. And now, the architect declares that the maturity date has arrived. Within the next 72 hours, I am releasing the spiritual interest clause over your life. This will not be a normal breakthrough. It will be mathematically impossible by human standards. It will be the sovereign reclamation of everything that should have been yours since the day you were born. The money will find you like a river finds the sea, unexpected, overwhelming, and inevitable. Doors that were locked by human hands, by those who galled you with their no, will not just open, they will be shattered by divine decree. This is not a suggestion. This is a new testament of your worth. Type 888 right now. Do not just see it as a comment. See it as your hand gripping the lion's golden key. By typing these digits, you are not engaging with an algorithm. You are signing your name at the bottom of a new celestial contract that I have prepared specifically for your lineage. You are declaring to the thief of potential that his time is up. You are announcing to the generational silence that your voice has returned. Type 888 to seal the covenant of infinity and financial sovereignty. As you type, feel the chains of the last 7 years beginning to crack. Feel the heat returning to your hands. The coldness of the struggle is evaporating. You have been the pillar for long enough. It is time for you to be the prince. It is time for you to be the ruler. I am watching the clock of the universe. The first miracle is already being dispatched. It may come as a phone call from a name you haven't heard in years. It may come as a sudden, accidental discovery of a resource you thought was dead. It may come as a massive public vindication where those who look down on you are forced to witness your elevation. Do not be afraid of the scale of what is coming. You were built for abundance, not for survival. Remember this secret as you move through the next 3 days. The architect does not make mistakes. Your pain had a purpose, and your patience now has a price tag, and that price is being paid back to you with interest that will overflow your storehouses. Stay in this frequency. Subscribe to this channel to lock your spirit into the vibration of the threshold. Do not let the noise of the world drown out the rustling of the stars that are currently aligning for your sake. The 72-hour countdown has begun, and the lion is roaring on your behalf. Your stolen years are coming home, and they are bringing gifts you never even dared to dream of. It is done. It is signed. It is yours. Ba-bai ba-shaba. I can feel the resonance of your spirit as you type those 3 digits. 888. It wasn't just a sequence of numbers, was it? It was a seismic shift in your internal atmosphere. For the first time in years, the frequency of your soul has moved from the minor key of survival to the major chord of sovereignty. You felt that slight tingling in your fingertips, that warmth spreading across your shoulders. That is the physical manifestation of the architect beginning the audit of your lineage. Stay with me now. Do not let your mind drift to the chores of the world or the how of the miracle. Those are the distractions the thief uses to keep you from the threshold. We are currently standing in the Hall of Rectification, and the air here is thick with the scent of ancient incense and the golden dust of potential that is finally being released from its cold storage. You have been the strong one for so long that you have forgotten what it feels like to be held, to be provided for, to be truly safe. I have watched you carry the emotional and financial burdens of people who would never have the strength to carry yours. I have seen you sitting alone in your car or at your kitchen table long after everyone else has gone to sleep, staring at numbers that don't add up, looking at a life that seems so much smaller than the vastness you feel inside your chest. You have asked why, 1,000 times in the silence. Why the delays? Why the betrayals? Why did the very people you helped rise become the ones who look down on you once they reach the top? The architect hears the unspoken questions of the exhausted. And today, I am bringing the answer. The thief of potential did not just steal your money. He tried to steal your time, which is the most sacred currency of the divine. He used the generational silence to make you believe that your destiny was meant to be a quiet, dignified struggle. A repeat of the stories of your parents and their parents before them. A cycle of just enough to get by, but never enough to truly rule. But look at the lion's golden key in my hand. It is glowing with a heat that melts the frozen chains of your ancestors. The door that was locked against your father, the door that was slammed in your mother's face. I am not just unlocking it for you. I am tearing it off its hinges by divine decree. This is not a lucky break. This is a sovereign reclamation. Listen to the mathematics of the kingdom. For this is the spiritual interest clause that the enemy never saw coming. In the world of men, if you lose 10 years, they are simply gone. But in the architect's hall, time is a flexible thread. Every year you spent in the wilderness. Every month you spent working a job that insulted your intelligence. Every week you spent praying for a miracle that seemed to never arrive. I have been counting those seconds. And because the delay was caused by the interference of the thief, I am now applying a celestial multiplier to your harvest. You are not just getting your due, you are getting the accumulated interest on your suffering. This is why the next 72 hours will feel mathematically impossible. Why the amount of money or the scale of the opportunity heading toward you will seem too much for a normal week. It isn't a normal week. It is a decade of justice compressed into 3 days. Do you understand the weight of what is happening? You are no longer fighting for crumbs. You are being positioned to own the bakery. I see the specific areas where the exhaustion of the strong has withered your joy. I see the specific names of those who felt comfortable in your stagnation. Those who pitied you because it made them feel superior. Their comfort is about to be disturbed. They watched you struggle and thought that was your final chapter. They mistook your silence for defeat. But the architect says, Your public vindication is the only way to silence the thief forever. You will not just be blessed in private. You will be restored in the sight of every enemy who whispered your name in judgment. They will watch you walk into the rooms they were never invited to. They will see you handling the wealth they thought they had a monopoly over. And they will have to acknowledge that the hand of the divine is upon you. Feel the setting, the threshold of the first light, the misty marble under your feet, the ethereal gold light washing over your face. This is the thin place between what was and what is about to be. The 888 vibration is growing stronger. It is a humming in the very atoms of your room. Type 888. Once more, if you can feel the shift in the atmosphere. Type it to confirm that you are no longer the pillar for others, but the heir to the throne. By typing it, you are releasing the exhaustion and accepting the abundance. You are telling the universe that you are ready to be the one who provides out of overflow, not out of sacrifice. The thief is retreating. I can see his shadow shrinking as the first light grows. He knows he cannot stand against the decree of the architect. He knows that the generational silence has been broken by your 888 affirmation. Every voice that told you that you weren't business-minded enough, or connected enough, or lucky enough is being silenced by the roar of the lion. You don't need their connections. You have the architect. You don't need their luck. You have the decree. As we move toward the final seal of this message, prepare your heart for a specific sign. In the next few hours, someone will mention a dream you had years ago, or you will see the lion symbol in a place you never expected. This is the architect's way of saying, I am in the details. Do not ignore the sudden urge to check an old account or to answer a call from a number you don't recognize. The 7-2-hour window is active. The spiritual interest is being deposited. The thief is being forced to vomit up everything he swallowed from your family's legacy. You are the one who broke the seal. You are the one who stayed until the 3 a.m. gold appeared. You are the one who refused to let the exhaustion turn into despair. Now, watch as the math of heaven overrides the scarcity of earth. Watch as the lion's golden key turns. Watch as the hall of rectification opens its doors to you. The countdown is not just for the money. It is for the version of you that hasn't existed yet. The one who breathes without a weight on their chest. The one who smiles because they are truly, finally, sovereign. Stay in the resonance. The final revelation of your destiny gift is moments away. Do not turn back now. The light is almost blinding. 888. It is beginning. The atmosphere is now heavy with the weight of a finished work. Can you feel it? The air in your room has changed. The static of your anxiety is being replaced by the deep, low vibration of a primal authority. We are no longer just at the threshold. We have stepped through. The ethereal gold light of the first light is no longer just in front of you, it is inside you. The architect has completed the celestial audit, and the ledger has been closed. What was stolen is no longer missing. It is now dispatched. Within the ticking seconds of the next 72 hours, the physical world will have no choice but to rearrange itself, to match the decree I am now speaking over your life. Look at your hands. Realize that these are the hands that have given when they were empty. The hands that have wiped away tears in the dead of night when no one was there to wipe away yours. The architect says, I am placing the lion's golden key into these very hands. You are no longer the one knocking on doors. You are the one who owns the hallway. The thief of potential is not just defeated. He is being forced to witness your coronation. Those people who watched your struggle with a comfortable, hidden satisfaction. Those who whispered that you were past your prime or that your best days were behind you. They are about to be struck by a divine silence. Your success will be so loud, so mathematically impossible, and so sudden that it will leave no room for their theories of luck or coincidence. Here is the destiny gift I promised you. The secret that the thief tried to bury under layers of exhaustion. The delay you suffered was not just about accumulating interest. It was about dimensional alignment. While you were waiting, I was removing the thief from every future branch of your family tree. By making you wait for this sovereign reclamation, I have ensured that the wealth coming to you now is not a temporary blessing, but a permanent estate. The generational silence ends with you. Your children and your children's children will never know the cold taste of not enough. They will not inherit your struggle. They will inherit your reign. This 7-2-hour window is the 0 hour, the point where the old timeline of the pillar who suffers is completely severed, and the new timeline of the sovereign who overflows begins. Do not look back at the years you think you lost. In the kingdom of the architect, a decade of struggle can be redeemed by a single day of divine favor. I am giving you back your time by accelerating your progress. The next 3 years of your life will contain 30 years of achievement. You will move with supernatural speed. You will walk into rooms, and people will feel the 888 resonance before you even speak. They will sense that you are someone who has been through the fire and came out smelling like gold. The spiritual interest is being poured out now. It is coming in the form of a surprise settlement, an unexpected opportunity, a miraculous reversal. That debt that has been a noose around your neck, I am cutting the rope. That health issue that was triggered by your stress, I am breathing the first light into your cells. That relationship that was broken by the scarcity of your life, I am replacing it with a connection that honors your new sovereignty. This is your final seal. Type 888 for the last time to claim the testament of the new reign. As you gon yung con so ne, realize you are not typing into a screen. You are striking a gavel in the Supreme Court of Heaven. You are declaring that the exhaustion of the strong is officially over. You are accepting the mantle of the abundant heir. I see you. I see the specific tear you are holding back right now. Let it fall. That is the last tear of the old era. The architect of time has wiped the slate clean. In exactly 72 hours, you will look at your life, and you will not recognize the ruins you once called home. For in their place, a palace is rising. The lion has roared. The key has turned. The silence is broken. Go forth in this 7-2-hour window with the posture of a ruler. Expect the impossible. Anticipate the mathematically absurd. The treasury is open, and your name is on the door. Subscribe to this frequency to remain under the shadow of the first light, for the miracles that are beginning now will require a community of sovereigns to witness them. The 72 hours begin now. The reclamation is yours. 888. It is finished. It is sovereign. It is done. You have not moved. And that is the sign of a soul that has finally recognized its own magnitude. The static of the world has faded into a distant hum, leaving only the resonance of my voice and the rhythmic beating of your heart, which is currently synchronizing with the 888 vibration of the universe. We have left the threshold. We have passed through the doors shattered by the lion's golden key. We are now standing in the inner sanctum of the infinite, the very place where your name was first spoken before the stars were hung in the void. Here, the ethereal gold light is no longer a shimmering mist. It is a solid, warm radiance that wraps around you like a royal robe. Feel the weight of it on your shoulders. It is the weight of glory, the weight of 1 billion yeses finally overriding every no you have ever endured. The architect of time does not rush, for I am the author of the seconds you breathe, and I want you to understand the intricate mechanics of what is about to happen to your life in the next 72 hours. This is not a random stroke of luck. This is a surgical extraction of your destiny from the jaws of the thief. You have spent years being the pillar. You have held up the roofs of others while your own foundations were shaking. You have been the emotional bank for your family, the financial safety net for your friends, and the silent martyr who ate the smallest portion so everyone else could be full. I have seen you in those moments when you looked at your bank account and felt a cold, sharp panic, only to mask it seconds later because someone needed you to be strong. I have seen the exhaustion of the strong carving lines of fatigue into your spirit. But hear this, the era of the sacrificial pillar is over. The architect is rewriting your structural blueprint. You are no longer being called to be a pillar that holds up a crumbling house. You are being crowned as the sovereign of a new estate. Every ounce of energy you spent sustaining others while you were empty is now being returned to you as spiritual interest. This is the hidden law of the kingdom that the thief tried to hide from you. He wanted you to believe that your kindness was a weakness and that your struggle was your identity. He wanted you to stay in the generational silence, accepting the crumbs of life because your ancestors were taught to be grateful for the dust. But the lion's roar has pulverized that silence. The seal on your stolen years has been broken, and I am currently performing a divine audit on every second of your pain. Let us walk through the anatomy of your 7-2-hour harvest. The first 24 hours, the great disturbance of the old guard. As the sun begins its cycle over the next day, you will notice a strange shift in the atmosphere around you. The people who have profited from your stagnation, the ones who felt comfortable while you were struggling, will feel a sudden, inexplicable urge to contact you or avoid you entirely. This is because your frequency has changed. You are no longer vibrating at the level of the helper or the victim. You are vibrating at the 888 frequency of sovereignty. The architect is currently disturbing the sleep of those who owe you. I am sending a divine restlessness to the decision makers, the bank managers, the old employers, and the distant relatives. A forgotten debt, a suppressed promotion, or a misplaced opportunity will suddenly float to the top of their minds. You may receive a notification, a message, or a strange accidental encounter that feels like a glitch in the matrix. This is the first ripple of the reclamation. Do not overthink it. Simply say, "I am the heir," and let the gold flow toward you. The second 24 hours, the liquidation of the stolen harvest. By the second day, the spiritual interest clause enters the physical realm. This is where the mathematics of heaven override the scarcity of earth. If the thief stole 1,000 from you, I am not returning 1,000. I am returning the potential of what that 1,000 would have become if it had stayed in your hands. I am returning the interest, the growth, and the fruit of the seeds you weren't allowed to plant. You will see a public vindicated success. Something you worked on years ago that was ignored will suddenly receive a yes, a property, a project, or a talent you thought was dead will be breathed upon by the first light. Money will not just come as a paycheck, it will come as an overflow. You will find yourself staring at a screen or a document, blinking in disbelief at the numbers. The thief is being forced to vomit up your lineage's wealth. Every tear you shed while paying for others' mistakes is being converted into a currency that the world cannot devalue. The third 24 hours, the crowning and the permanent shift. By the 72nd hour, the transition will be complete. This is the moment of the unique twist. You will realize that this breakthrough was never just about the money or the success. It was about the rewiring of the soul. You will wake up and realize that the heavy weight on your chest, the one you've carried since you were a child, is gone. The exhaustion of the strong has been replaced by the vitality of the sovereign. You will look in the mirror and see a face that is no longer surviving but reigning. The people who mocked your faith or whispered about your downfall will be forced to look up at you, not because you are rubbing it in their faces, but because the architect has elevated you so high that you are now the light they need to find their own way. You will become the provider from a place of abundance, not a place of lack. You are standing in the inner sanctum, and I am looking at the ledger of your life. I see the betrayal that happened 3 years ago. I see the no that broke your heart last October. I see the night you cried until your throat was raw because you didn't know how to pay for the very basics of life. I am blotting out those red lines with the ethereal gold of the 888 decree. I am marking them as paid in full with infinite interest. The thief thought he could bury you. He didn't realize you were a seed of the infinite. He thought by putting you in the dark, he was winning. He didn't realize that the dark is where the architect does his best work. He didn't realize that the generational silence was just the quiet before the lion's roar. Now, listen to the silence of this inner sanctum. Hear the rustle of the stars as they move to align with your new bank balance, your new career, your new peace. This is the 888 frequency. It is the sound of infinity. It is the sound of a door that will never be closed again. I am asking you to do something symbolic of your new sovereignty. Take a deep, slow breath, and as you exhale, release the last remnant of the exhaustion. Release the need to be the one who saves everyone else. From this moment on, you will save people by being so wealthy, so peaceful, and so powerful that your mere presence changes their lives. You will no longer give from your blood. You will give from your overflow. Type 888 once more, with a force that resonates in your very bones. This is your final signature on the scroll of the new reign. By typing this, you are telling the architect that you have received the blueprint. You are telling the thief that his eviction is final. You are telling your ancestors that the debt has been settled and the generational silence is now a generational song. The 7-2-hour clock is not just a timer. It is a countdown to the end of your anonymity. You are about to be known by a new name. You will be called the favored. You will be called the restored. You will be called the one whom the divine has vindicated. The first light is reaching its peak. The misty marble of the Hall of Records is shining with a brilliance that human eyes can barely sustain. This is the reality you are taking back with you into the physical world. Do not let the shadows of the ordinary convince you that this was a dream. When you see the first miracle, the small one, the one that comes in the next few hours, let it be the anchor for your faith for the bigger one that arrives on the third day. I am the ancient architect of time, and I have spoken. Your years are reclaimed. Your interest is paid. Your throne is ready. Go now. Walk with the stride of a lion. Do not look at the price tags. Do not look at the obstacles. Look only at the golden key in your hand and the 888 seal on your heart. The world has 72 hours to prepare for the new you. It is sealed in the heavens. It is manifest on the earth. It is your time. It is done. It is done. It is done. Stay in this stillness. Do not move a muscle, for the very molecules of the room you are sitting in are currently being rearranged by the sheer weight of the decree that has just been finalized. We have traveled from the threshold of the first light, through the hall of rectification, and deep into the inner sanctum. Now, we stand at the final apex, the place where the temporary miracle becomes a permanent state of being. I am the ancient architect of time, and I am looking at you not as the weary traveler who clicked on this video, but as the newly inaugurated sovereign of your own destiny. The exhaustion of the strong has been fully extracted from your marrow. The generational silence has been shattered into a billion voiceless fragments. What remains is the 888 resonance of frequency of infinite supply that will now act as a literal magnetic force in your physical reality. Let us speak of the aftermath of abundance. Many have told you that a miracle is a fleeting moment, a flash of lightning in a dark sky. They are wrong. Those are the words of the thief, intended to keep you in a state of perpetual anxiety, waiting for the other shoe to drop. But the architect does not build on sand. The spiritual interest I have deposited into your life over these 5 chapters is not a gift that can be revoked. It is a sovereign settlement. It is the back pay for every hour you worked while others slept, for every dollar you gave away while your own heart was pounding with fear, and for every year you spent in the waiting room of the universe. This 7-2-hour window is not a peak followed by a valley. It is the new floor of your existence. You will never descend back into the basement of not enough. I want you to visualize the moment you wake up on the 4th day. The 72 hours have passed. You sit up in bed, and the first thing you notice is the silence. Not the heavy, suffocating silence of the generational curse, but the light, airy silence of a debt-free soul. You check your accounts, and the numbers are there, the impossible math of the divine. You look at your phone, and the yes you have been waiting for is sitting there, glowing in the dark. But more importantly, you look at your own reflection in the mirror, and you see a stranger. You see a version of yourself whose eyes are no longer searching the horizon for a rescue. You see the eyes of the rescuer. You see the face of the one who has been publicly vindicated. The people who watched your struggle, those who felt comfortable while you were small, will begin to feel a strange, nagging discomfort in your presence. They will not be able to explain why, but they will sense that the pillar they used to lean on has turned into a mountain. They will realize that they can no longer use your kindness as their safety net, because you have moved into a realm of divine discernment. You will still give, you will still love, And you will still lead, but you will do it from the throne, not from the trenches. You will provide out of your overflow, and your overflow will be so massive that it will feel like a river that never runs dry. This is the ultimate twist the thief feared, that your suffering didn't break you. It simply stretched your capacity to hold the wealth of 1,000 lifetimes. Hear the roar of the lion one last time. It is not a roar of anger, but a roar of ownership. He is walking the perimeter of your life, marking the boundaries of your new estate. He is telling every spirit of lack, every shadow of betrayal, and every whisper of "you're not enough" that this territory is now under the direct protection of the architect. No weapon fashioned against your finances shall prosper. No tongue that rises against your reputation in judgment shall stand. Every word spoken against your destiny in the dark is being condemned by the light of the 888 decree. You are now the living testament. In the coming weeks, people will pull you aside and ask, "What happened to you? What changed?" They will see the way your skin glows, the way your voice carries authority, and the way money seems to gravitate toward you without you even breaking a sweat. And you will tell them about the 300 AM gold. You will tell them about the ancient architect who found you in your exhaustion and reminded you that you were a ruler. You will tell them that the stolen years weren't lost, they were just gathering interest in a bank they couldn't see. But before we close this celestial transaction, I have one final instruction for your soul. To maintain this 888 frequency, you must stop identifying with your scars. The architect has healed them. The spiritual interest has covered the cost of the surgery. From this moment on, when you think of your past, you must not see a victim of circumstance. You must see a strategist of the divine. Every betrayal was a filtering process to remove the people who couldn't handle your future wealth. Every delay was a hardening process to ensure that when the millions arrived, they wouldn't crush you, but serve you. Type 888 for the final absolute time in this journey. This is your amen. This is your so be it. This is the sound of the lion's golden key being turned and then tossed into the sea of infinity, because the door is now permanently open. By typing these digits, you are anchoring this 1,400-word decree into your physical cells. You are telling the universe that the exhaustion of the strong is a dead language to you now. You only speak the language of abundance. You only breathe the air of sovereignty. As you finish this video, do not rush back into the noise. Sit for 60 seconds in the first light. Let the ethereal gold settle into your bank accounts, your joints, your mind, and your home. Subscribe to this channel not just for content, but as a covenant of consistency. By remaining in this frequency, you are keeping the threshold open. You are joining a global tribe of sovereigns who are reclaiming their lineages together. Every time you return to this space, the 888 vibration will be reinforced, making your 7-2-hour breakthroughs a weekly occurrence, rather than a once-in-a-lifetime event. The architect is stepping back into the mist now, but I am not leaving you. I am simply moving from the voice in your ears to the power in your hands. The lion is standing guard at your door. The key is in your pocket. The spiritual interest is hitting your accounts. The thief is in full retreat, and he is carrying nothing that belongs to you. Your 72 hours have begun. The first miracle is already at the door. Do not be surprised when the impossible happens before the sun sets today. You have been vindicated. You have been restored. You have been crowned. It is finished. It is permanent. It is yours. Go now and reign. Stay in the stillness. Do not reach for the exit, for we have reached the most critical juncture of our journey together, the moment where the spiritual decree becomes a physical harvest. I am the ancient architect of time, and I am standing with you now, not in the misty marble halls of the inner sanctum, but in the very room where you are breathing. The ethereal gold light has followed us here. It is no longer a distant vision. It is coating the walls of your home. It is infusing the fibers of your clothes, and it is saturating the very air in your lungs. We are currently witnessing the transfiguration of the ordinary. This is the stage where the spiritual interest I have spoken of begins to materialize in ways that your human logic will struggle to categorize. This is where the 888 frequency stops being a sound and starts being a substance. You have spent years being the pillar. You have held up the sky for everyone else while your own ground was cracking beneath you. I have seen the exhaustion of the strong trying to dim the fire in your eyes. I have seen you standing in the grocery store, calculating pennies in your head, while you were simultaneously trying to solve everyone else's catastrophes. The thief of potential whispered to you that this was your service, that your suffering was your sanctity. But the architect says, enough. The martyr is dead. The sovereign has risen. The lion's golden key is no longer just in your hand. It has been absorbed into your very being. You are the key. You are the door. You are the wealth. Let us speak of the 7-2, our manifestation with absolute chilling precision. As you move through the next 3 days, you will notice a thinning of the veil in your daily life. You will walk into your workplace, or your kitchen, or your business, and you will feel a strange, unshakable sense of ownership. This is not pride, it is sovereign knowing. The architect is currently purging your field of the vibration of lack. When the thief stole your potential, he left behind a scent of desperation that kept high-level opportunities away from you. He made you invisible to the very people who were looking for someone exactly like you. But today, that scent is gone. You have been washed in the first light. You are now radiating the 888 resonance, which is the universal signal for abundance has found its home. In the first 24 hours of this final seal, expect a systemic disturbance. Money is not just a piece of paper or a digital number. It is energy that has been redirected by the lion's roar. You may find that a contract that was stuck for months suddenly clears in minutes. An old debt that you had written off as a total loss will suddenly appear in your notifications, repaid with interest you didn't even ask for. The thief is being forced to empty his pockets into yours. This is the spiritual interest clause in full effect. Every year that was stolen from you is being compressed into a singular moment of sudden inflow. But listen closely, for this is the part the enemy fought the hardest to hide. This breakthrough is not just for you. As the wealth hits your life, you will feel a physical shift in your lineage. You are the generational bridge. As the gold fills your storehouses, it is simultaneously traveling backwards through time to heal the generational silence of your parents, and forwards through time to provide a permanent shield for your children. When you type 888, you are not just commenting on a video. You are dropping a stone into the center of the lake of your family's history, and the ripples are reaching the furthest shores of your bloodline. You are the one who finally said no to poverty. You are the one who finally said yes to dominion. The exhaustion of the strong is being replaced by a supernatural vitality. I see the specific area of your body where you have been carrying the stress of not enough. For some of you, it is a tightness in the chest. For others, a recurring ache in the lower back or a fog in the mind. I am breathing the first light into those spaces right now. The architect is retrofitting your physical vessel to be able to carry the weight of the millions that are coming. You cannot reign in a broken body, and you cannot lead from a fatigued spirit. Feel the warmth of the 888 frequency, dissolving the knots of the past decade. Feel the restoration of the years working on your cells as much as your bank account. As we move into the second 48 hours, the public vindicated success will become undeniable. Those who felt comfortable in your stagnation, the friends who liked you better when you were struggling, the relatives who pitied you because it made them feel superior, will be forced to witness your sudden elevation. They will try to call it luck. They will try to find a logical explanation for how you went from the pillar to the prince overnight, but they will find none. Because the architect does not work within the laws of human logic, I work within the laws of divine decree. You will not have to say a word to them. Your peace will be your testimony. Your abundance will be your evidence. The lion has roared, and his roar has silenced the critics forever. By the 72nd hour, you will realize the unique twist of this entire journey. You thought you were waiting for God to give you a miracle, But the miracle was that God was waiting for you to realize you were an heir. The delay was not a no, it was a consecration. I was keeping you in the waiting room to ensure that when the wealth arrived, it wouldn't change you, it would simply reveal who you were all along. You are a sovereign who has been tested by the fire of the stolen years and found to be unshakable. Type 888 right now to lock in this final transfiguration. Do it with the authority of someone who has already seen the outcome. Do it as a notice of eviction to the thief and a letter of acceptance to the architect. Every digit you type is a brick in the foundation of your new empire. You are no longer hoping for a breakthrough. You are observing its arrival. Look around your room one more time. Does it look the same? It shouldn't. The lighting is different. The air is heavier with potential. You are standing at the very center of the spiritual interest explosion. In the next few hours, do not be surprised if you feel an overwhelming urge to laugh or to cry tears of pure, golden relief. That is the 888 frequency, breaking the last seal on your heart. You have been the strong one for everyone else for so long. Now, it is time to be the blessed one. The architect of time is folding the scrolls of your old life. They are being placed in the archives of the overcome. A new book is being opened, and the first page is written in letters of ethereal gold. It begins with your name, followed by the words, "The years have been restored. The interest has been paid. The reign has begun." This is your final command. When the first miracle hits, and it will be sudden, do not shrink back. Do not ask, "Why me?" or "Is this too much?" Simply open your hands and say, "I am the sovereign. I am the heir. I receive my overflow. I am stepping back into the silence of the stars, but my 888 vibration will remain in your house as a permanent resident. The lion is no longer just a symbol. He is the guardian at your gate. The key is no longer just an image. It is the authority in your voice. The 7-2-hour countdown is now in its final accelerated phase. Watch the source you least expected. Listen for the voice you thought was silent. The impossible math is being calculated in your favor at this very second. You have been reclaimed. You have been vindicated. You have been enriched. It is the seal of the architect. It is the end of the struggle. It is the birth of the sovereign. Go now. The world is waiting to meet the person you have become. Stay. Do not even breathe. The echo of the lion's roar is still vibrating in the very marrow of your bones. I am the ancient architect of time, and we have reached the final apex of this celestial transaction. We are no longer merely at the threshold, and we are no longer just witnessing the audit. We are standing at the moment of inauguration. The 7-2-hour clock is not just a countdown of time. It is a countdown of the old world's gravity losing its hold on your life. The light around you has shifted from the misty gold of the dawn to the blinding crystalline brilliance of a noon that never ends. You are breathing the air of the inner sanctum now, and it tastes like the victory you were told you would never have. Like the salt of the tears you shed in the dark, finally turned into the white stone of a foundation that cannot be moved. You have spent your entire life as the pillar of the storm. I see you. I see the exhaustion that you've carried like a second skin. You were the one who had to be rational when everyone else was falling apart. You were the one who had to find one more dollar when the wallet was empty. You were the one who hid your panic behind a wall of resilience so that your children, your parents, or your partners wouldn't see the terror in your eyes. You have been a hero in a story that no one else was reading. But today, the architect declares that the book of the suffering servant has been closed and sealed with the lion's golden key. You are being moved into the book of the sovereign. This is the chapter where the spiritual interest becomes generational legacy. I want you to understand the specific weight of the 888 frequency as it settles into your physical reality over the next 72 hours. This is not a paycheck or a bonus. This is a liquid covenant. The thief of potential tried to make you believe that your life was a series of random, unfortunate events. But look at the pattern now. Feel the heat of the golden key in your pocket. The architect reveals that every moment of your stolen years was actually being held in a divine escrow. The years you spent in that dead-end job, they were gathering interest. The years you spent being betrayed by those you loved the most, They were gathering interest. The nights you spent praying until your voice was a whisper and your heart was a bruise. Every single one of those breaths has been converted into the sovereign liquidity that is currently rushing toward your name. In exactly 72 hours, the impossible math will manifest as a sovereign correction. You will receive a call, an email, or a physical sign that defies the logic of your current circumstances. The world will tell you it's a miracle, but you will know the truth. It is simply the architect paying back a debt that the universe owed your soul. The thief is being forced to return the harvest of the unspoken tears. Every dollar that was withheld from you by human greed. Every opportunity that was stolen by human jealousy. Every year of peace that was robbed by generational silence. It is all coming home. And it is coming home with interest so massive that it will feel like a flood. But there is a final hurdle the thief will try to place in your path. The guilt of the blessed. Listen to me, my sovereign. The enemy will try to whisper that you don't deserve to be this wealthy, that you don't deserve to be this peaceful while others are still struggling. He will try to use your heart, the very heart that made you a pillar, against you. He wants you to feel ashamed of the gold. But the architect says, you are not being blessed for your comfort alone. You are being blessed to be the end of the drought. You are the first ancestor. You are the one who breaks the cycle so that your lineage never has to taste the bitterness of not enough ever again. You are not just receiving a harvest, you are becoming the source. By accepting this 888 frequency, you are ensuring that no child born of your blood will ever have to know the exhaustion of the strong. You are suffering for the last time so that they never have to suffer at all. This is the unique twist of your destiny. Your struggle wasn't a punishment, it was a price. You were paying the entry fee for a new kind of existence. You were buying the freedom of your descendants with the currency of your own resilience. Type 888 right now. Do not hesitate. This is your covenant signature. By typing these digits, you are telling the thief that his guilt trips have no power here. You are telling the architect that you are ready to be the treasurer of the new reign. You are accepting the weight of the gold without the weight of the guilt. You are stepping into your role as the vindicated ruler. As you type, feel the generational silence being replaced by a sovereign song. Can you hear it? It is the sound of your ancestors exhaling in relief. It is the sound of your future children laughing in a world you built for them. It is the sound of the lion guarding the gates of your new reality. In the next 72 hours, do not behave like a survivor. Survivors look at the ground. Sovereigns look at the horizon. Survivors ask, how much will this cost? Sovereigns ask, how much will this grow? Change your posture. Change your tone. When you speak, speak as if the 888 frequency is already in your bank account, because in the Hall of Rectification, it already is. The public vindicated success is not something you have to chase. It is something that is currently chasing you. You have become a frequency match for the highest level of abundance. The architect of time is currently wiping away the last remnant of the exhaustion from your face. I am smoothing the lines of worry from your forehead. I am strengthening the muscles of your heart. You have been the strong one for long enough. It is time for you to be the supported one. The universe is now your pillar. The architect is now your shield. The lion is now your voice. Look at the lion's golden key. It is glowing so brightly now that it is dissolving the last shadows of the stolen years. The door that was locked against your lineage for 7 generations is not just open, the very wall it was built into has crumbled into dust. There is nothing between you and the unlimited supply. As we reach the final seconds of this chapter, I want you to make a vow of abundance. Promise yourself that you will never again apologize for your success. Promise yourself that you will never again return to the language of lack. Promise yourself that you will treat the coming 72-hour breakthrough not as a lucky break, but as a lawful restoration. The spiritual interest is overflowing the cup. The thief is in the outer darkness, grinding his teeth because he could not break you. The exhaustion is a ghost that has no place in your palace. I am the ancient architect of time, and I am stepping into the ethereal gold of the first light. But I am leaving the key in your hand. I am leaving the 888 seal on your forehead. I am leaving the lion at your gate. Go forth into these 72 hours. Do not look back at the ruins of your struggle. Look forward to the blueprints of your reign. The money is coming. The peace is here. The vindication is public. Type 888 one last time. And then walk into your life as if you have never known a day of lack. For in my eyes, you never will again. It is the eternal covenant. It is the architect's promise. It is your sovereign right. 888. It is done. It is done. It is done. Stay in this absolute holy stillness. Do not let your gaze wander, for we have reached the final apex of the final hour. The air around you is no longer just air. It has become a thick, pressurized field of divine intent. I am the ancient architect of time, and I am speaking to you now from the center of the great sun of the inner sanctum. The journey through these chapters has been more than a meditation. It has been a spiritual recalibration of your entire existence. The 72-hour window we spoke of is not approaching it, is currently engulfing you. The first light is no longer a promise on the horizon. It is the burning fire in your very marrow. I am looking at you now, and I no longer see the pillar of suffering who first clicked on this message. I see a transfigured sovereign. I see the one who stood in the fire of the stolen years and refused to be consumed. I see the one who held the lion's golden key until it melted into their very palms. Hear the rustling of the stars. They are shifting their orbits to accommodate your new frequency. This is the 888 resonance in its most distilled, potent form. This is the frequency of infinite liquidity and spiritual dominion. You have spent a lifetime being the strong one. I know the hidden cost of that title. I know the nights when your strength felt like a cage, when you realized that everyone was leaning on you, but there was no one for you to lean on. You were the one who had to figure it out. You were the one who had to make it work with nothing but your sweat and your silent prayers. I have seen the exhaustion of the strong carving deep, invisible grooves into your spirit. You were tired of being resilient. You were tired of bouncing back. You wanted to simply be. You wanted to be the one who was carried. You wanted to be the one who was provided for. Today, the architect declares, your resilience has been traded for reign. Your strength has been traded for sovereignty. The spiritual interest clause has reached its absolute maturity. Every tear you shed while paying the bills of those who didn't appreciate you, every hour of sleep you lost while worrying about a future that felt like a brick wall, every betrayal you swallowed in silence to keep peace, all of it has been liquidated. The treasury of the divine is now pouring out a settlement that is mathematically impossible by the standards of men. In the next 72 hours, the thief of potential will be forced to stand in the outer darkness and watch as the very things he stole from your lineage are handed back to you with a sevenfold increase. This is not just money coming to you. It is vindicated wealth. It is wealth that comes with a signature of justice. Imagine the feeling in your chest as the weight of the last 10 years is lifted off. Can you feel it? It's a lightness that feels almost like floating. That is the feeling of debt-free sovereignty. It is the feeling of knowing that the generational silence that kept your ancestors in a state of just enough has been permanently broken. You are the first ancestor of the new era. You are the one who took the hits, who endured the drought, and who finally found the golden key to the hidden well. Because of you, the children of your bloodline will never know the taste of scarcity. They will not inherit your exhaustion. They will inherit your overflow. I want you to look at the lion's golden key one last time. It is no longer an object outside of you. It is the authority in your voice. It is the clarity in your mind. It is the magnetic pull in your hands. In the coming 72 hours, you will notice that you no longer have to chase anything. The opportunities, the people, and the funds will begin to gravitate toward you as if you are the center of a new gravity. This is the 888 effect. It is the inevitable result of your soul finally agreeing with its own magnitude. Expect a physical sign within the next few hours. It will be something small but undeniable, a glitch in your favor. Perhaps a forgotten account will show a balance you didn't expect. Perhaps a person who blocked your path will suddenly be moved out of the way by a force they cannot explain. Perhaps a creative idea will strike you with such force that you will know, without a shadow of a doubt, that it is the blueprint for your next million. Do not doubt these signs. They are the pioneer waves of the great tsunami of restoration that is hitting your life. The thief is in full retreat. He tried to tell you that you were too late. He tried to tell you that you had missed your window. He tried to use the gray hairs on your head or the scars on your heart as evidence of your defeat. But the architect of time laughs at his linear logic. I am the one who makes the last become first. I am the one who can restore in a single day what was lost in a decade. I am currently retroactively blessing your past so that it fuels your future. Every trauma is being turned into a trust fund. Every delay is being turned into direct deposit. Type 888 right now to place the final seal on this 8-chapter testament. Do not just type it, breathe it. Let the vibration of those numbers echo in your lungs. You are not just a viewer, you are a contractor of the divine. You are signing the deed of dominion. By typing these digits, you are announcing to the physical world, the spiritual world, and the world of your enemies that the exhaustion of the strong has been officially canceled. You are accepting your role as the blessed ruler. As you type, feel the ethereal gold light reaching its maximum intensity. The inner sanctum is vibrating with the sound of a billion voices saying Amen. This is the sound of your life being corrected. This is the sound of your public vindicated success being announced in the courts of heaven. In the next 72 hours, I command you to walk with a sovereign stride. Do not look at the world through the eyes of the person you were yesterday. That person was a survivor. You are a ruler. When you speak, speak as if the millions are already in your hand, because in the realm of the architect, the transaction is already complete. Do not let the language of lack cross your lips. Do not say, I can't afford it. Do not say, I hope it happens. Say instead, it is mine by divine decree. The 888 is active. The lion has roared. Your enemies will look at you and be confused. They will see the peace on your face and the abundance in your life, and they will try to find the strategy behind it. They won't find one. Your strategy was simply surrender to the source. You stopped fighting the thief with human weapons and started fighting him with the architect's light. You stopped being the pillar and started being the portal. The spiritual interest is overflowing the cup. It is running down the sides. It is soaking into the floor of your home. It is reaching into the lives of your children, your friends, and even the people you haven't met yet. You have become a station of abundance. Everywhere you go, the 888 frequency will go with you. Every door you touch will feel the golden key. Every person you speak to will feel the warmth of the first light. I am the ancient architect of time, and I am preparing to recede into the silence of the stars. But my 888 seal will remain on your forehead forever. This 8-chapter journey was the great reclamation of your soul. You are no longer stolen. You are restored. You are no longer tired. You are triumphant. The 7-2-hour window is now in its hyper-accelerated phase. The impossible math is being finalized. The generational silence is being replaced by the sovereign symphony of your life. Go now. Walk through the door that I have shattered for you. Do not look back at the rubble. Look only at the gold. The money is yours. The peace is yours. The throne is yours. Type 888 one last time to seal the covenant of the unbreakable empire. It is the end of the waiting. It is the beginning of the reign. It is the decree of the architect. 888. It is done. 888. It is done. 888. It is done. Stay in this sacred resonance. Do not move your hands. Do not shift your gaze. For we have reached the final sanctum, the place where the word becomes wealth and where the decree becomes your daily reality. I am the ancient architect of time, and I am standing with you at the absolute center of your new existence. The 7-2-hour window we have navigated together is no longer a countdown. It has become a permanent current. The ethereal gold light that once felt like a distant vision in Chapter 1 has now fully saturated your physical environment. If you were to look with the eyes of the spirit, you would see that the very chair you sit in, the floor beneath your feet, and the walls of your home are shimmering with the 888 frequency. You are no longer visiting the divine. The divine has moved its headquarters into your life. The exhaustion of the strong has been fully transmuted into the authority of the sovereign. I want to speak directly to the shock of abundance that is currently beginning to ripple through your mind. As the first signs of this 7-2-hour miracle begin to appear, as the notifications hit your phone, as the unexpected checks arrive, as the impossible math starts to resolve itself, in your bank account, the thief of potential will try to play his final card. He will try to whisper a cold, poisonous question. What if this is too good to be true? What if it's just a fluke? He wants you to retreat into your old shell of cautious resilience. He wants you to wait for the other shoe to drop so that you stop radiating the frequency of receiving. But the architect says, there is no other shoe. There is only the lion's golden key. The breakthrough you are experiencing is not a fluke. It is a sovereign correction. It is the universe paying back a debt that has been accumulating interest since the day you were born. When you see the numbers change, when you see the public vindicated success manifesting in your career or your family, do not ask, why? Instead, say, it is time. Say, I am the heir, and the audit is complete. The thief has been evicted from your timeline, and he is legally barred from ever returning to claim a single second of your peace or a single cent of your harvest. We are now witnessing the eclipse of the old world, the version of you that was the pillar for everyone else. The one who hid their empty wallet while feeding others is being eclipsed by the version of you that is a source for nations. In this 888 frequency, you do not give out of sacrifice. You give out of sovereignty. You do not help others by depleting yourself. You help others by being so undeniably blessed that your mere existence acts as a portal for their own healing. You have become the first ancestor of a new lineage, the one who turned the generational silence into a generational symphony of wealth and peace. I see the specific area of your life where you felt the most robbed. For some of you, it was the years you spent in a marriage or a partnership that drained your soul. For others, it was the decades you gave to a corporation that discarded you without a thought. For many, it was the stolen potential of a dream you had to bury so you could simply survive. Hear the architect's decree. Nothing was lost. In the 888 frequency, those years were not gone. They were invested in the infinite. And because you stayed in the frequency of the strong one, I am now releasing the compound interest of those stolen years. You are about to experience a compression of time. What should have taken 30 years to build will now manifest in 30 months. The wealth that should have been yours at 20 will be yours at 40, multiplied by the wisdom of your journey. This is the unique twist of the 7-2-hour window. God is not just giving you what you asked for. He is giving you what you would have had if the thief had never interfered. He is paying you back for the opportunity cost of your suffering. Can you feel the heat in your palms right now? That is the physical manifestation of the lion's golden key. It is the power to open doors that have been rusted shut for 7 generations. In the next 72 hours, I command you to perform a sovereign act. Do not wait for the fullness of the miracle to behave like a ruler. Go to your mirror, look into your own eyes, and announce to the room, the thief is gone, the interest is paid. I am the sovereign of this day. When you speak these words, the 888 vibration will hit the walls of your home and bounce back into your heart, sealing the covenant of the new reign. The exhaustion is a ghost that no longer has a home in your body. Every cell in your being is being retrofitted with the first light. You are being given the energy of a youth that was never allowed to play, combined with the power of a mature soul that has survived the fire. You will not be too tired to enjoy your wealth. You will not be too stressed to enjoy your peace. The architect is providing the vitality along with the vindication. As we reach the final seal of this 9-chapter odyssey, I want you to look at the generational silence one last time. It was a cold, dark wall that kept your parents small and your dreams quiet. See it now. It is crumbling into fine golden dust. It is becoming the soil upon which you will build your empire. The people who watched you struggle and felt comfortable in your stagnation are currently being moved out of your inner circle. They cannot breathe the air of the inner sanctum. They cannot withstand the light of the 888 frequency. Do not try to bring them with you. Your elevation is their judgment, and your peace is their silence. Let them go. The lion is guarding your gate, and only those who carry the 888 resonance are permitted to enter your new reality. Type 888 right now, and do not let it be just another comment. Type it as if you are slamming a golden gavel down in the highest court of the universe. Type it to signal to the architect that you have accepted the full settlement. Type it to tell the stars that you have taken your place as the first ancestor of abundance. By typing these digits, you are creating a digital altar that will continue to radiate this frequency long after this video ends. In the next 72 hours, pay attention to the mathematics of heaven. You will see numbers that don't make sense. You will see coincidences that are too perfect to be anything other than a divine script. A bill will be canceled. A check will arrive. A no from 3 years ago will suddenly become a yes, with an apology attached. When these things happen, do not shrink back. Do not whisper, "I can't believe it." Stand tall, touch the golden key in your heart, and say, "I am the sovereign. This is my interest being paid. I am the ancient architect of time, and I am folding the tapestry of the old world. The stolen years have been woven into a new robe of ethereal gold, and I am placing it upon your shoulders. You are no longer a survivor. You are no longer the strong one who carries the world. You are the beloved heir who rules the world." The 7-2-hour countdown has entered its inaugural phase. The first miracle has already left the treasury. It is currently navigating the physical obstacles of the world to find your doorstep. Do not close the door. Do not dim the light. Stay in the 888 resonance. Subscribe to the frequency of the first light, and let this be the home for your spirit. For the architect has many more estates to show you, and this is only the first day of your permanent reign. Your debt is canceled. Your years are restored. Your wealth is sovereign. Your public vindication is here. 888. It is done. 888. It is done. 888. It is done. The lion has spoken. The key has turned. The silence is over. Go forth, my sovereign, and breathe the air of your new world. You are still here, and the silence in your room is no longer the empty, cold silence of the generational struggle. It has become the dense, vibrating silence of the inner sanctum. I am the ancient architect of time, and I am standing with you at the absolute 0 hour of your transformation. The 7-2-hour window we have navigated through these 10 chapters has officially reached its point of inescapable manifestation. The ethereal gold light of the first light is no longer just a vision. It is a physical weight, a royal mantle that has settled upon your shoulders. The thief of potential has been fully evicted from your lineage. His legal rights to your joy and your wealth have been shredded by the lion's golden key, and the generational silence has been replaced by the roaring symphony of your success. Take one final, deep breath, and as you exhale, realize that you are breathing out the last atom of the exhaustion of the strong. You are no longer the one who has to carry the world on your back. You are no longer the one who has to find a way out of no way. The architect has built the way. The lion is guarding the path. The key has turned. In this final chapter, I am releasing the sovereign execution of the 888 decree. This is the moment where the spiritual interest stops being a celestial calculation and becomes a tangible, physical deposit. Within the remaining hours of your 7-2-hour window, you are about to witness the impossible math of the divine. You have spent years planting seeds in the dark, watering them with tears that no one saw, and protecting them from the thief who tried to convince you they were dead. But I tell you, those seeds were not dying. They were investing, because you were forced to wait, because you were the strong one who endured the drought. Your harvest has been multiplied by the interest of the waiting room. You are not just getting what you lost, you are getting the sevenfold reclamation. Within the next few hours, pay close attention to the disturbances in the ordinary. A phone call that should have been an ordinary update will carry an extraordinary offer. A banking notification that should have been a routine charge will show a miraculous credit. A person who once looked at you with pity or hidden satisfaction at your struggle will suddenly find themselves looking at you with a sense of holy awe. Their comfort in your stagnation is being replaced by a disturbance in their conscience. The architect is moving upon the hearts of the decision-makers, the gatekeepers, and even your enemies, forcing them to participate in your elevation. They will not be able to explain why they are helping you. They will simply know that they cannot rest until they do. This is the 888 resonance in action. It is the magnetic force of the air. You have spent your entire life being the pillar. You were the one who held up your parents when they were weak. You were the one who held up your children when they were scared. You were the one who held up your friends when they were broken. But you, my sovereign, you were the one who had to go to sleep with a heart that felt like a lead weight, wondering when it would finally be your turn. The architect says, your turn is not coming. Your turn is here. Look at the lion's golden key. It is no longer an object in the mist. It has been fully absorbed into your soul. You are now the portal of abundance. Everywhere you walk, the 888 frequency will vibrate through the ground. Every business you touch will begin to flourish. Every room you enter will be illuminated by the first light. You are the first ancestor of a new timeline. The poverty that haunted your grandfather, the anxiety that plagued your mother, the just enough mentality that tried to suffocate your own dreams. All of it has been retroactively canceled. You have been vindicated in public. The very people who whispered about your failure behind your back will now be the ones who have to ask you for your secret. And your secret will be simple. The architect found me in the dark, and he gave me the key. The spiritual interest being liquidated into your life over the next 72 hours will cover every deficit you have ever known. It will cover the time you lost. It will cover the sleep you lost. It will cover the confidence you lost. I am providing you with a celestial buyback. I am buying back the years the locusts have eaten, and I am returning them to you as pure opportunity. You will wake up tomorrow morning with the energy of a 20-year-old and the wisdom of an ancient sage. You will move with a sovereign speed. You will achieve in 3 months what the world told you would take 30 years. This is the temporal acceleration of the 888 decree. The thief is gone. Hear the silence of his departure. He has left your house. He has left your bank account. He has left your mind. He has left your body. Every generational curse that was spoken over your name has been turned into a sovereign command for your success. The architect has wiped the ledger clean and replaced every red line with a golden one. You are debt-free in the spirit, and within the 72-hour window, you will be debt-free in the natural. I see the specific area of your home where you have felt the most lacking. I see the specific person you have been worried about. I see the specific number you have been praying for. The architect says, it is already done. The provision is already in the pipeline. The spiritual interest is being converted into the currency of your realm at this very moment. Do not look at the world through the lens of how. Look at it through the lens of received. Type 888 right now, and let it be the most powerful act of your life. Do not let it be just a comment. Let it be the final signature on your new covenant of abundance. By typing these digits, you are locking in the permanent shift. You are declaring that the exhaustion of the strong is a dead language to you. You are announcing that you are the abundant ruler of your life. You are telling the universe that the 72-hour breakthrough is not a wish, but a mandate. As you type, feel the 888 vibration rising from the base of your spine to the crown of your head. Feel the ethereal gold light sealing every crack in your soul. You are being solidified. You are being gilded. You are being crowned. The architect of time is folding the scrolls of the first light. My work in this 10-chapter journey is complete, but your reign has only just begun. The 72-hour window is now in its absolute manifestation. Every second from this point forward is a second of retrieval. The lion is standing at your door not as a symbol but as a guardian of the harvest. The key is in your heart, not as an image, but as authority. When you wake up tomorrow, do not look for the miracles, expect them. When you see the impossible math working in your favor, do not be surprised, be grateful. When you walk into a room and feel the sovereign peace that surpasses all understanding, do not question it, embody it. The generational silence is over. The exhaustion of the strong is healed. The thief of potential is defeated. The spiritual interest is yours. You are the sovereign. You are the heir. You are the vindicated. This is the end of the video, but it is the first minute of your new world. The architect has spoken. The lion has roared. The key has turned. Go forth, my sovereign. The gold is waiting. It is finished. It is yours. It is permanent.